Hi, guys. We are going to the next lesson of the School of the Spirit. And today, I'd like to continue on family matters. And today, we're going to talk on 7 types of men you should never marry. I will talk to a ladies, I will talk to a woman. So please listen very carefully. Love is one of the most beautiful things God ever created, and the ability to love and to be loved by others. It's beautiful. But when it comes to choosing a life partner, this is where most women find very difficult. It is not because aren't good men, but it's because it becoming increasingly difficult to pick between good and the bad. To make matters worse, women are often told to make sure that they choose someone who is kind, caring, and will make good husband. However, they are not often thought are the types of men to avoid. So very carefully, just I'm gonna go down through this list and make sure to avoid those types of men. Number one, I called the player. Uh, he's charming, good looking, and knows exactly how to sweep you off your feet. But beware of the player. He's also master manipulator. He's not really interested in you. He's interested in the challenges of winning you over. Once he got you, he'll move on to next conquest. He's not looking for anything serious. So beware of the player. He's just out for the good time. This is the guy who is always looking for the next best thing. He is never content with what he has, and he will always be on the lookout for something better. The player typically does this because he thinks too much about himself. To him, every woman is an object, and he sees them as commodities rather than actual humans worth loving. If you have ever been with the man who seems to find other women more attractive than you might just have found yourself in a relationship that wouldn't last long. So be careful of that one. Number two, the commitment phobe. You know those people that waste your time but never commit? This is the one. He's everything you wanted in a man, except one thing. He is terrified of commitment. Oh, we've seen those before. If you are looking for a long-term relationship, the commitment phobe is not the man for you. He is happy to date you, but don't expect him to ever want to settle down with you. He'll make excuses, he'll stall, he will find any reason to back out of a relationship. He's never been in a serious relationship and he is not looking to change that. He's a flake and a runner, and you will always be chasing after him. He's comfortable spending time with you, but he does not want anything that will tie you both together. He sees commitment is a trap. Generally, they avoid any subject of marriage. They want to keep you for themselves, but do not want to do what it takes to officially keep you. All right. Another name for such type of man is a time waster. He wouldn't commit to you, and neither would he allow you to move on. Basically, he not committing to you and he keeping you. But as soon as you try to move on with your life and do some other things, maybe date some other people, he will do anything and everything in his power to keep you close. He will make all this he will say something, let's wait a little bit, and he will drag and drag and drag. Please avoid those type of people. Basically, he would not allow you to move on. He'll string you along for years, making you think he's finally ready to settle down with you. But then he backs out at the last minute. They leave you always wondering what direction of your relationship is heading to. As a woman, you must understand that one of your most valuable assets is your time. Never give more time to a man who's already wasted a great deal of it already. You must understand that the time you wasted in a wrong relationship is the time you probably would have been with the right person. So that's two. Number three, the mama's boy. That's actually funny, but it's really dangerous. So number three is mama's boy. The mama's boy is a type of a man who is emotionally dependent on his mother. He is a great guy, but his mother is number one priority in his life. He is too attached to his mother and can't make decisions without her approval. This type of a man is still a child at heart, and not only he is emotionally dependent on his mother, but also expect the woman he is married to be like exactly like his mother. He might have the best wife in the world, but he will not take a word of advice from her without his mom's final approval. Marriage in which a man cannot make clear decisions between his mother and his wife will eventually come to an end. In some cases, mama's boy might do this because his mother is somewhat emotionally manipulative. He feels he owes his mother a lifetime of emotional support. And so he unwilling to take a bold step towards becoming a man, but that doesn't mean you should walk into a relationship in which you will have to pay the price. There is a good reason why God said man must leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. So be careful of number three. Number four, the control freak. This one is dangerous as well. This type of a man is all about control. He is always want to control every aspect of your life, from the phone calls, text messages you make, to family members you meet. If he doesn't get his way, he makes a drama out of it instantly. This man doesn't control you because he wants to make the relationship better, but he controls because it makes him feel good. He feels that makes him a man is when a woman subjected to him. Basically, he tried to keep you under control, and this is what bring him basically satisfaction in his life. The problem with controlling men is controlling men only grow worse over time, and I've seen these guys over and over happening in other families. Being with controlling men is like living in a den with lions. You cannot predict what might happen next. It is like hanging over your life at the mercy of the devil. Basically, be careful with number four. Being with controlling men is like marrying such a man is a good as a throwing away your happiness. You might think to yourself, I would just leave after a while, but remember, it is not always easy to leave a controlling man because they project a lot of fear. So sometimes people feels like victims. They cannot leave right away, so they like stay under control for a long time. If you are looking for a husband, never risk your future happiness with a controlling man. Number five, the narcissist. This one dangerous as well. If you ever considering marrying a man, one of the core types of men you should never settle down is a narcissist. The word narcissistic simply means self-centered. Basically, everything revolves around this person. A narcissistic person is always looking out for themselves and expect everyone around them to be just like them. They have very high sense of self-importance and are not concerned with anyone else's feelings. They feel the world is just about them. Most narcissists deal with the underlying issue of low self-esteem. In other words, the only way they make themselves feel better is to make you bow down to their control. This can be seen when you decide to keep a distance from them. Narcissists are often very difficult to deal with. They can be selfish, manipulative, and demanding. Oftentimes, they will try to control their partner by making them feel inferior and putting them down. They will often set traps for you to fall and then make you feel guilty for you don't meet their expectation and their standards. If you're ever dealt with a narcissistic person, is it important to stay calm and rational? Most importantly, set boundaries and stand up for yourself. You don't need to agree with them, to try please them, or simply stick to your own beliefs and values and don't let them control you. Remember, you are not part of their reality and you can leave at any time. So be careful of this type of man. Number 6, the cheater. Oh, this guy will bring you a lot of grief in life if you settle down with him. Most women think, oh yeah, he's been with a lot of women. I understand he's an issue, but he's gonna love me. Trust me, guys, you're stepping into a big problem if you settle down with the cheater. When it comes to cheating, this type of man is certainly a threat to your marriage and to your family. No woman should ignore cheating or unfaithfulness, as it's commonly called. Is it usually deeper than what can be seen on the surface? A serial cheater has no intention of being faithful to you, neither now, neither nearest future. Getting married to him will not instantly change him overnight. It never happened. It's probably never will with you. As a woman, you should never think you were too strong to handle men's unfaithfulness. Men show their weak sides to help serve a warning sign to you in advance. Basically, when you see that side, it's a warning sign to stay away or make sure before you commit to that man, he will change his ways. God will change him, okay? The purpose of a marriage is to live a happy life and not to spend a great deal of trying to fix another man's issues. Also remember, being married to an adulterous man equally makes you face the consequences of an adult woman. So basically, you will deal with his crap. Simply put, you might think it's not your problem. You're not in it, but you will have to deal with all of the garbage he brings into your home, from lying about his whereabouts to explaining when he gave a total stranger a ride at 12 a.m. in the morning. So this is going to be an issue in the family if you settle down with the cheater. This doesn't mean an unfaithful man isn't capable of changing, but if he will not change before you get married, he will never change after you marry him. And number 7, the irresponsible man. Oh, these guys we work with people, guys, and this type of men bring a lot of grief in families. It's just from gambling issues to drinking to spending all of his paycheck and not bringing home. So a lot of problems in irresponsible men. So make sure, girls, women, please make sure he's responsible. Look at his bank account, look at his debt, look what's going on around him. Make sure he's responsible, man. It doesn't mean people don't make mistakes, but if it's reoccurring theme and this thing's just like unending, you are stepping into a lot of problems that you have to be dealing with when you marry this guy. He is one who can't seem to take control of his life. He has a little or no vision at all. He always borrowing money from friends and family and never seems to be able to pay it back. His lack of responsibility will always lead you to make a family decisions on your own. Basically, you will be boss, you will be head of the household, you will make decisions because you cannot rely on irresponsible men. While he may be fun to be around, he's not someone you want to spend the rest of your life with. Every woman wants to ideally be with someone who's supportive and has a backbone. If you marry a responsible man, be prepared to do most of the work by yourself. Be prepared to be a teacher. Be prepared to always be a leader rather than a helper. Before choosing a man to settle down with, it is very important to consider this type of man. You may never want someone who will be a negative example to your children. You only have enough energy for each day. You cannot carry someone else all of your life. I understand mistakes, but if this man will not change, you will probably drag him along for the rest of your life, because irresponsible men usually stay irresponsible. Each of this type of men brings their own set of problems into a relationship. What could be difficult? That could be difficult, if not impossible to overcome. If you are considering marrying of this type of man, you should think carefully about whether you are not prepared to deal with the challenges that comes with it. So guys, those 7 types of men, please avoid or make sure those people are changed. So there you have it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next lesson. God bless you. Bye.